Brawley, California. I'm the one who's Abby's talking about. Most of you are aware, those of you are not. There was an incident on our property on 629. And like Abby said, we have called you, the city, multiple times on this issue with drug trafficking, not just the mental health issues, but the drug trafficking as well. And it's constant combat with the police. You know, we call them for help, and when they get there, we become the enemies. And that has to stop. This could have been prevented a long time ago, and it wasn't. I could have lost my life that day because I was charged by an armed man with a gun who could not control his temper. And that is not acceptable for anyone. And I believe that this is happening for a reason. I really do. Because just on the way over here, I was discouraged, and some juveniles from our town asked me for help, and they sent me videos. And it shows 4 officers bullying them, mistreating them, and 1 officer striking them. Juveniles. Telling them that they will never be anybody. And they dressed, you know, what we would see like troublemakers, Cortezes, khakis. But let me tell you something. I used to dress the same way. Okay? I came from the neighborhoods of Escondido. And those kids are somebody today. The officer told him you'll never be anybody. And I told that kid today, you are somebody now. This is the kind of bullying behavior that we are getting from our Brawley Police Department. And they are treating us like crap. Okay? Officer, that guy, you know, he charged at me with his gun, cussing at me, challenging me to a fight. What more evidence do you guys need to see? You know, and it's deeper than this. You know, I'm talking about this officer, but it's a bigger rooted issue. We have this, you know, it's like I said, the problem with we've called you guys multiple times out there, and the landlord has abandoned the property. And I've made you guys aware of Mohammed, made you very well aware of him. You guys have even conducted investigations on our property. I went to court with your evidence of our living habits. And can you please tell me why, in court, Mohammed and his attorney, Ken Baker, dropped this man's name twice, Mr. Tim Kelly, to the point where the judge says, I've already heard his name, you don't have to say it again. And then it rules against us. The judge even helped Ken Baker do his paperwork and scolded him in front of us. Said, Mr. Baker, I cannot continue to help you against these people and do your paperwork for you. Why is this happening? There's something stinks here, really bad. It really does. And it has to do with these buildings being abandoned and purchased by Mohammed that are left desolate, abandoning properties and filling in with people with mental health issues, drug trafficking, and there's no accountability whatsoever. And we're the ones that left to suffer. Hardworking people like me and my wife. Okay? This is enough. Enough is enough. And we don't need to combat our police when we're trying to get help. You guys seen the video. That's unacceptable. Period. And, you know, the thing with these officers bullying these kids, I'm going to get you guys the videos, and we're going to hold them accountable. And whatever happens from this, whether it's media coverage, we are going to hold every officer accountable from here on out. You're not going to bully our children. You're not going to bully us. You're not going to show up just to execute and haul off bodies, because we're done with that. We are done with that. And don't look surprised, because you know what I'm talking about.
Execute, haul off bodies?
Yes, because that's all you guys show up for nowadays, is to execute and show up and haul off bodies. There is no communication with the public. That's all we see from now. It's distrust, and it's a breach of peace. And we're done, and we're tired. Okay? And we need to find out what's going on with Milton Mohammed and why he's doing this to our properties, leaving them abandoned, free for all, full of drug trafficking. And now, because we spoke up and we continue to call the police for help, we got ruled against to leave now. 5 years paying our rent faithfully. And this guy shows up, and because we start speaking up about the crime, we start speaking up about the habitation, the living habit, the conditions, now we gotta go. We've lived here longer than Milton Mohammed. How can you allow him to push us from our home? This needs to be really, really looked into. I'm asking you guys to look into it the best you can, because something smells bad here. And do you want me to say anything else? You know, I do want to say something else. We can continue in these chambers and argue back and forth and who's right and who's wrong. And we continue to create more policies, more laws, but that's not going to work, because we don't need more laws. The problem that we have in our society today is sin. And that's what it is. We have lost our connection with God. And this is going to continue to happen. Violence, police on a community, it's going to continue to happen until we surrender to God. And that is the problem with society today. And our laws will never fix this until we surrender to the one true God, Jesus Christ. Okay? There is no other God. And there never will be. And until we acknowledge that as a community and a people, we're lost, people. We are lost. We need Jesus Christ today. And that is undeniable. Because this is enough. We are tired and we need help. And right now, all we're looking up to is God. And we need you guys to step in. Because the problem is sin. It is. It is sin. And it doesn't mean we have to be perfect. Okay, because we all fall and we all stumble. But there is a deep-rooted sin going on here. And we need to address it. In all of our lives, we need to evaluate ourselves and look into our inner children and look into the children of our future. Are we going to allow police to bully them like the video I have? I heard the kid saying, I'm going to be somebody someday. It's in the video. Don't tell me that I will be somebody. Who is this officer to tell him he will be nobody? And when he got caught recording the officer called him a PC, a punk. Our officers are operating at a gang mentality right now. And I know something a little bit about that, okay? And I can see it. And officers are, and I hope I'm speaking up for officers. I don't know if it is or not. God is just telling me to say this. There's officers that are getting bullied within the department and are being refrained from speaking out. And we need to address that and help them. Because I'm sure there's good kids coming up through the ranks who are being indoctrinated, programmed, and it's got to stop. We need to reach out to God. We need to really grab a hold of this. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other comments?